All right, we are up and going. Cheyenne Scott, you're the first person I see. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear and see me okay? Yeah? Okay, perfect. Awesome. All right, we are going to get going here. It is so good to see so many people on here. I know there's some people on the phones, so I'm going to do my best to explain kind of as I show you certain things, but I'm definitely going to record this and upload it tonight and share it tomorrow so that if you want to go back and take a peek at the screens, you can, okay? So welcome to the team. If you're new, I know some of you are mentor coaches that are on here with your new coaches too, so it's awesome. The stuff you hear on this call probably isn't going to be super new to you unless you literally just signed up today, which is totally cool. But it'll be stuff you've probably heard already. I just like to have this call to kind of recap, to kind of narrow your focus, because sometimes when you sign up as a new coach, your brain's going every direction and you're thinking about so many things, you don't really get exactly one thing done. So I kind of like to do it to kind of narrow your focus. Okay, what do I need to focus on right now to get started right? Okay, so that's why I like to do this call. So I'm actually going to flip my screen. I've got some slides. And again, for you guys on the phone, no big deal. Just listen and you can always come back and take a peek after. So I'm going to flip this screen over. I'm going to make this big. I think it's, what button is it? I can never remember. This one maybe? Perfect. Shannon, are we still good? Yeah? Okay. Awesome. All right. Here we go. We're diving in. So for the first kind of little bit here, I'm going to talk and then I'll open it up if people have some questions. All right? So these are kind of the 7 topics that we're going to go over one by one, all right? So new coach training, the vital behaviors, some checklists, social media, challenge groups, success club, and emerald. And lots of these might look familiar if you've kind of worked through some of your coaching stuff already, but we're going to dive in to these topics. I'm not going to go like super deep into them because that's kind of what your new coach training is for, but I just want to touch on all of these and then give you some action steps at the end, all right? Okay, so our first one, new coach training. Basically, when you sign up to be a coach, you sign up with your challenge pack, however you signed up, the first thing you really want to dive into is a new coach training. Now, this is going to look different for every team. For example, if I'm your sponsor coach, you know that I use the online new coach training website that I created, right? So I guide you through there. But I know some coaches do some new coach training in a Facebook group. And I used to do that exact same thing too. So we're all part of a team. Every new coach training is phenomenal. It doesn't really matter how you do it. It's all the same information, right? So tap into whatever it is your sponsor coach told you to do for the new coach training, whether if you're mine, if we're doing the online training website, or maybe if I'm not your sponsor coach, they have a Facebook group training for you, okay? So number 1, new coach training. You want to pile through that as quick as you can. It'll at least give you the basics of how this works. And remember, you don't need to know everything. That's kind of what holds up a lot of people. They're like, whoa, I can't get started until I know everything. And that will hurt you more than help you, okay? So just know that you only really need to know the first few little things like we're gonna cover on this call, and you're ready to go. The other stuff will come as you need it. I still learn new stuff every day, but I didn't need that 2.5 years ago. I only needed to know how to post and how to sign up a challenger, and that's it, okay? And then after that, you learn it as you need it. So number 1, you're gonna dive into your new coach training. All right. Number 2 is vital behaviors. So basically, if you were to compress coaching into 3 main things, it is 3 vital behaviors. And I'm sure some of you have seen this. And I'm going to give them to you in the order that I think they're important. So number 1 is personal development. And I rate that as number 1 because your brain controls everything. In this business, you are your business, right? So if you're not growing, your business isn't going to grow. So that's why I rate personal development number 1. And a lot of coaches skip it. I've had so many coaches like hit the 1-year mark and they're like, Morg, I finally started personal development and I love it. My business is growing so much. I'm like, Yeah, you should have started a year ago, right? So personal development means what are you doing to grow yourself? And I know a lot of the times we say, start reading The Compound Effect or start reading The Slight Edge, and that's great, but personal development is personal. So you need to decide what you need to work on as a person. So when I pick my books or my audiobooks or whatever it is I'm doing for personal growth, I think, what do I need to work on right now? Is it my confidence? Is it my leadership skills? Is it my relationships? What do you need to work on? So just because somebody else is reading this kind of book doesn't mean that's right for you. So you need to figure out, what do you need to work on at this point, okay? All right, so second vital behavior that I think is the most important is proof of the product. So what this means is we're not hypocrites in Beachbody, right? We're sharing what we're doing, we're inspiring others, and that means we're being proof of the product. We work out, we do the programs, we drink Shakeology, and we share it. I'm not suggesting Beachbody programs and then I'm going and doing, I don't know, some other kind of workout, which is cool. You can totally do other workouts. I love CrossFit. I love everything else too, but I'm a product of the product. I believe the 21-day fix, Beachbody products they've saved my life. And initially, that's how I got into fitness. So the belief is there. So make sure you're being proof of the product, right? You can't be like, let's go get our workout done, and you're not getting yours done. That doesn't mean you have to be perfect. People don't connect with being perfect, but you need to be trying your best, just like you're expecting of your coaches and your challengers. And then the last vital behavior is inviting. So we've got personal development, being proof of the products, and sharing and inviting. And I didn't create these vital behaviors. These are Beachbody's vital behaviors. So sharing or inviting, it's actually invite Beachbody terms, but I prefer to use share, because essentially when you're inviting somebody, you're just sharing. You're sharing what you're doing, and if it can help them, awesome. If it can't, that's okay too, okay? So those are the three vital behaviors. So if you were to sum up coaching, those would be those three things. All right. Step number 3 are checklists and taking action. So this kind of goes back to what I said at the start of the call. A lot of new coaches, their brain's kind of going in tons of different directions. There's a lot going on. And it ends up being, you're just going everywhere, but you're not going anywhere at the same time. So how I like to work is with checklists and a power hour, so that I know when I sit down to do my Beachbody work, I'm like, boom, this is what I got to do. I'm in and I'm out, okay? I don't want Beachbody to take over your life. I want it to allow you to live your life. I want it to add to your life, right? So that means making sure we stick to a to-do list and doing things that actually grow our business. Scrolling your Facebook news feed for an hour isn't going to grow your business, right? So we want to stay away from those behaviors. So I just want to stop this screen share for a second and show you what checklist I use. So I'll flip that again. So I'm just going to take you into that new coach training website. And if you want to favorite this on your computer, you can. So it's easy to get to. It's morgansteamtraining.blogspot.ca. Okay. Oh, Jen Dobson, I'm just watching your little boy run around. Oh, okay, team training. And then if you go to the new coach training tab, I actually have a spot right here. Step number 2, print your checklist to stay organized. So when I started coaching, I was a first-year full-time teacher. So that literally meant not a lot of time. And I'm sure a lot of you are busy as well. So I wanted a checklist. I wanted a power hour that I could get my Beachbody work done and I was in and out, okay? So this is a daily checklist. There's tons of checklists out there. You can make your own, but this is a really good one to start off with. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's got 8 items. And literally, if you can check off these 8 items every single day for a year, you don't even know how big your business could blow up. And that's the thing. A lot of people are like, what's your magic secret? Why are you so successful? And I tell them, it's like literally, I've just done the same thing every single day since I started coaching. Yes, it took time to get traction. Yes, I had to have patience, but that consistency built trust with people. That built trust with people following me, and they knew that I was sticking with it. So over time, I started to see success and see results because I was consistent. So that's the only thing, literally, I've talked to tons of successful coaches. That's the only thing that differentiates the two. Some people do it here and there, and then some people do it all the time, okay? So if you can pound out these 8 things every single day, you're golden. And they're easy, right? Get your workout done, drink Shakeology, do your personal development, friend request 3 people, reconnect with 3 existing friends, invite 3 people to your next group, post on social media 3 times, and then go outside of your comfort zone somehow, okay? And we're gonna talk about a little more about this right away, but a checklist is key. And if you scroll down, I've kind of got another form here. It's just arranged in a week. And then I've got a checklist for your first week as a coach, your first month, and your first 2 to 3 months. So this way you've got a visual, okay, this is where my focus should be, right? So I just wanted to make sure I showed you that so you knew where to find those checklists. All right. So that was checklist and taking action. Along with taking action, I'll say this, because you're probably going to go through your new coach training and you're going to absorb all this information. Make sure you do the second half of that. Make sure you take action, because you can be the best absorber of information there is out there. You could know everything inside and out in Beachbody and still not really see success because you missed the action part, right? So as you learn, make sure you're doing the action steps that you're learning, all right? Okay, let's dive in again. So social media, that was my next point. This is one of I have many transformation photos because we know how it is. You're good, you're bad, you're good, you're bad. It just transitions, different programs, all that stuff. So this is one of mine. But with social media, this is kind of a question I find I get the most often. So I wanted to touch on it. A lot of people are nervous. They're nervous to dive into social media, and I feel you. I feel you big time, because when I started coaching, I had about, I think, under 100 friends on Facebook because I was a new teacher, and somebody told me, when you're a teacher, you should delete all your friends on Facebook and keep it really private. So I had under 100 friends on Facebook. I didn't have Instagram. I didn't have Snapchat until like a month ago. I was not a social media person at all. I had it kind of, but I didn't use it at all. So I was even nervous to get started. And then my coach told me, you know what, Morgan, just don't overthink it. Just pick a form of social media and then just share what you're doing. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just put it out there. So that's exactly what I do. You'll see spelling mistakes in my posts. My graphics aren't phenomenal. I'm not a photographer. If you scroll back to my newsfeed when I first started coaching, my posts aren't that good, but that's okay, right? You're learning, you're starting. So for social media, that's how I prefer to run this business, and that's how a lot of people do, because literally you can reach anybody. The internet is endless, right? So yeah, you are going to work with people face to face if you want to, but 99% of my business is online. So you never, ever can run out of people realistically. So when it comes to social media, decide tonight, what form of social media do you like? And then you're going to start sharing on that. And I aimed for about 3 posts a day on my social media when I started. And again, nothing fancy. I kept it simple. Maybe I shared my workout. Maybe I shared a meal that day. And then maybe I shared a book I was reading. I literally just shared what I was doing in my life. If I was crazy busy, great. I shared that. I'm like, I'm crazy busy, but I'm fitting in this quick meal. And you can too. People, like I said before, people don't connect with perfection. They want to see you doing this while you're busy, and then they're like, dang, maybe I can do this too, right? So you got to keep it real on your social media as well. All right, next one. Just checking off my notes here. So I know if I'm your sponsor coach, this was in your new coach welcome email, and your first kind of goal as a new coach is apprenticing in a challenge group. And what does that mean? So I'm going to just stop this and flip it back. Whoa, what am I doing here? There we go. All right. So back to that new coach training website. If you go to the new coach training tab again, I actually have it laid out. It's step number 3, your first task as a coach. So your first task as a coach is being an apprentice coach. So what that means is you are going to find about 3, we try for 3 challengers to join us in this challenge group, right? So if I was your sponsor coach, I'm going to start this challenge group, I'm going to run it, I'm going to do all the posts, I'm going to do everything, but you're going to join me in there, you're going to kind of learn how to do it, you're going to add your challengers in there, and you're kind of just going to get in the swing of things. You're going to participate just like a challenger, you'll support your challengers, and it's basically for you to learn how to run a challenge group so that next month you can run your own. So basically, I don't want you to sign up and I'm not going to throw you to the sharks. I want you to learn kind of how to do it, get a feel for it, feel comfortable, and then start hosting your own or pairing up with other coaches and hosting. So this step on the new coach training website is always where I guide my new coaches, because I literally walk you through step by step. And I kind of want you to do this within the first couple of days of signing up to be a coach. You're going to make an announcement that you're a coach and you're looking for your challengers. I've got tons of examples you can use. And then I walk you through exactly how to sign them up, what link to send them, how to pick a video for them, right? And how to add them into the group. So that is where I guide my new coaches to start. So there's lots of examples in there. And what I showed you, this one right here, this was my very first challenge group post in August 4th of 2013. I had not done a challenge group before. I had not completed a fitness program. I literally signed up to be a coach the day I bought my fitness program. So I had no transformation photo. I actually didn't even have a photo of myself, really. Thinking back on it now, I think I would have used my before photo for this post, so it was vulnerable and it was showing people my starting point. But I used my coach's transformation, and I basically said, so excited, I just got selected to be an apprentice coach in my coach's next challenge, the same challenge that helped her achieve these killer results. I was also told that I can select 2 people to do the challenge along with me. If you think it might be something you're interested in and would like to be considered, like or comment below and I'll shoot you over the details. Hurry though, I only have 4 days to choose. So it literally can be as simple as that. If you've been in a challenge group before, I highly suggest diving in a little bit deeper and sharing your journey. The more open, transparent, honest you are in your posts, the more interest you're going to get. And if you don't get much interest off the start, that's okay. It's totally, totally normal. You haven't been posting much yet. Nobody's been able to see your consistency in your journey, right? That comes with time. So I'll just pop out of that again. So that's kind of your first goal. So you definitely want to make sure you get the date of that challenge group from your sponsor coach and the link to the group so you can add your challengers in there. And I know my new coaches, that's in your new coach welcome email that I share with you. So getting that post out is key first, all right? Okay, I was gonna say something else, but I can't remember now. I'm sure it'll come to me. All right. So Success Club and Success Starters. The reason I say we aim for 3 people in the challenge group is because that would take you to what's called Success Club 5. So a challenge pack is worth 2 Success Club points and a Shakeology on Home Direct is 1. So literally, if you help 3 people with a challenge pack in your challenge group, that's Success Club 5. And Success Club is kind of the benchmark that Beachbody uses. It's proven time and time again, people who hit Success Club move their business forward so much faster. It means you're helping at least 3 people every month, which is pretty realistic, right? So there's tons of rewards out there for hitting Success Club and recognizing people that are rocking the business, right? So each month there's usually some kind of prize, some kind of promotion, something for Success Club for that month. And also there's something for new coaches that is extra, extra special. So in the bottom left of this this picture, you see the Coach Summit ticket. Oh, actually, no, we'll start in the top right. So it says, congratulations, Marissa, you've earned an exclusive call with Beachbody CEO. So for any new coach that hits Success Club in their first month of coaching, they earn a spot on an exclusive call with Beachbody CEO Carl Deichler. You'll get a private invitation, private number, and you get to jump on a call with Carl Deichler if you hit Success Club in your first month of coaching. So say you signed up halfway through January. January could be your first month, or February, okay? So they don't penalize you for signing up halfway through. And then, so you hit Success Club first month, hit Success Club your second month. If you hit Success Club your third month in a row as a new coach, you earn a free ticket to Beachbody's Summit in Nashville. Now, I believe we're in January now. I'll have to check the date, but there's a cutoff from when you earn for this summit or next summit. But you earn a free ticket, which is like $300, and Summit always sells out. So literally the only people that get to go to Summit right now are success starters. So it's a pretty big deal. And then I've got two graphics here just to show you kind of down the road of some of our coaches. In the bottom right, you've got Rebecca. She was a Success Club 5 All-Star. So an All-Star means you hit Success Club for 12 months in a row, so a whole year. And then a legend, you see Virginia here, that's 2 years in a row, so 24 months in a row. So those people consistently helped, well, for the 5, it's 3 people. For Success Club 10, you're consistently helping 5 people each month. So that's just kind of looking in the future. So Success Club, it's kind of like our non-negotiable goal as a coach, helping at least 3 people every single month get started with a challenge pack. All right, so I think this is my last little bit of information here. So your first goal, like we said, is apprentice coaching, and that you find your challengers, and that kind of leads you into hitting Success Club 5 if you find those 3 people. And then another goal for new coaches within probably the first month or 2 is hitting Emerald. So what that means is Emerald is kind of like the first rank of a coach, the first, okay, you're building this business. You have your own coaches now. So you only need 2 coaches to become an Emerald coach. So for example, for me, my first 2 coaches, my first one was actually my dad because he was drinking all my Shakeology. So I said, Dad, I'm signing you up. You're going to be a discount coach so you can get your own Shakeology. So he was my first coach. And then my second coach was actually a girlfriend that was in my challenge group with me that wanted to dive into the business as well. So those are my first 2 coaches, all right? And not to worry, in that new coach training website, I've got a lesson that literally walks you through how to sign up a coach. And don't stress. When you sign up a coach, you do not have to have your own training, your own everything. This is all about not reinventing the wheel. You can literally use anything of mine you want. And I have it all on the new coach training website. So as long as you signed up the day before them, you know more than them, right? You know how to sign up. So don't feel overwhelmed like, oh my gosh, I have to train this person. You can use all my stuff until you feel comfortable to create your own stuff, and you can build it off of mine. Okay, we're not about reinventing the wheel here. So the benefits of becoming Emerald are 1, okay, it's the first big recognition rank in Beachbody. Number 2, you start to earn what's called team cycle bonuses. So you'll learn about that in the training, but basically that is where most of your income is going to come from down the road. You don't sell more. You're not like, as you grow your income, it doesn't just mean you're selling more. I sell the same pretty much all the time, a couple $100, sometimes 0, right? But my income has grown from my team cycle bonuses, and you cannot start earning those until you're an Emerald coach. So I've got a few videos in the Emerald lesson that'll explain how those work. The second huge bonus is leads, and that's this graphic on the right-hand side. So what leads are when somebody signs up through the Beachbody infomercial or the Beachbody website, we're Team Beachbody, they're automatically assigned a random coach. Okay, it's called a lead wheel, and you don't get put into that lead wheel until you're an Emerald coach and you meet the other qualifications that we'll talk about once you're Emerald. So at first I was like, oh, this probably isn't a big deal. I probably don't get that many free customers. So they're free customers potentially, basically, right? I'm like, oh, I probably don't make that much from them. No big deal. But I actually wanted to go back and figure out, okay, how much do leads really matter? And I went back, and in the first 2 years I coached, I made $3,416 Canadian just off of leads. Like literally free customers that Beachbody gives you just by being qualified. So that's a real huge perk, and we'll learn. I won't dive super deep into the requirements of it, but that's the other big perk of being Emeralds. All right. And here I've got the leadership ladder, and I'm going to flip this around one more time and show you one more thing before we open it up here. Whoop. There we go. So the leadership ladder is something Beachbody just implemented, and I swear they read my mind. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I gotta hit all these Success Club points, and I gotta rank advanced to be successful, and that's not necessarily the case, right? So if you've heard of the term a diamond coach, that's a rank after Emerald. A lot of people think once I'm a diamond coach, I should like be really successful. And it totally depends. You've got diamond coaches making $1,000 a week, and you've got diamond coaches making $100 a week. And it's like, okay, what's the difference there? And that comes down to what's called the leadership ladder. So if you go to your online office, and I'm going to jump into mine right now, and you click on leadership ladder tab right in the middle, this is called the leadership ladder. So you click here for more information. There we go. So leadership ladder basically breaks it down into 6 things that you can focus on to really advance your business. So it doesn't mean like, okay, you're not thinking rank advancement, that's what's going to grow my business, or Success Club, that's what's going to grow my business. Not one particular thing does that. It's kind of these 6 things combined. So for example, when I say you're going to be an Emerald coach, that's also known as a team builder. But you want to look at all of these 6 things, not just being Emerald, right? You're having $250 a month in commission. You're hitting Success Club 5. You've got your own coaches that have at least 1 Success Club point. So it's these other parts of the business that you should be focusing on too. And that leadership ladder, it tells you, okay, so I check mark this part. I've got Success Club 5. I've got Emeralds. Oh, I don't have my own coaches with Success Club points. Okay, that's what I need to focus on. So it's basically a roadmap telling you what do you got down pat and what do you need to focus on, okay? So I'm gonna minimize that. Oh, shoot, I had one more. Okay, last slide. To sum this all up, and then I'll open it up to some questions. So 5 action steps, kind of putting your blinders on and narrowing what should I be focusing on right now. So number 1, pretty simple, just start sharing. Start sharing what you're doing, okay? Nothing fancy, don't overthink it, just share. Number 2, start your new coach training as soon as possible. Number 3, focus on finding your challengers, okay, for the challenge group. Number 4, hitting Success Club. Now January is almost over. If you're close, you want to hit Success Club for January. If not, you want to get ready and set your goal for February. And then you want to plan your next month. So look at your calendar. I always have my day planner with me, and I have my groups planned out well in advance, okay? So I could even, I won't look for it right now. I don't know where that graphic is, but I've kind of got my month planned out. Like, when are my groups going to be? When should my challengers have their challenge packs ordered by? What week should I kind of start my conversations? I kind of like to time it out so that I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm not just randomly throwing my hands up in the air, right? So figure out when your apprentice challenge group is, okay? Then look at the next month. When are you going to host your own challenge group? And when should you start talking to people about that? Okay, when do you want to hit Emerald by? Okay, when should you start asking coaches or asking people if they'd like to coach? So just make sure, plan ahead, right? I plan almost 3 months ahead. I kind of time out my groups. So definitely, if you don't have a day planner, get yourself one, or if you use your computer, just so you can start to plan out your months. All right, now I'm going to stop this share, and I am going to, sorry, I just gave you the power to unmute yourself. One sec, continue. Okay, so that is all the information I wanted to cover, but I want to take a little time now. If anybody has questions that you want to discuss for a couple minutes, you can unmute yourself and ask away, because if you're wondering it, somebody else is probably wondering it too.
Hey, Morgan.
Hey.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I have a couple people interested, but they were wondering when the next 21 Day Fix Challenge group was. And I wasn't too sure whether you had one going on or anything like that, so.
So are you talking about the group you would apprentice in? Have you done a challenge group?
Yeah, I have. So, like, I think I'm on my second one right now that I'm going to be starting. I just finished my first, so
Perfect.
that's cool. But there's other people that are like, "Oh, cool! You could coach me and stuff." So I was like, "Yeah, sweet." And I like almost got them signed up, but I gotta get them into a challenge group too, along with myself. So I don't know if or when that is.
Perfect. Okay. So whose group are you in right now?
Right now is in Virginia's.
Okay. So Virginia's your sponsor coach?
No, Dakota is.
Dakota. Okay, perfect. So I would reach out to Dakota and be like, hey, should I join you in a challenge group and add my challengers in there? Or do you think I should maybe start hosting my own or pairing up with another coach to host? Because you've done a couple with Dakota already or Virginia, it might be time. You might be ready to host your own if you're ready. And you could create your own group. You could use Dakota or Virginia's posts, I'm sure, and you could add your challengers in there and start hosting your own if you're ready.
Okay, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it's a big step, I know. I was really nervous when I kind of broke off on my own. I only did one group with my sponsor coach, and she kicked me out of the nest. She's like, you got to host your own. So I was really nervous. So what I did was pair up with another coach, and we kind of hosted them together for a couple months until we felt comfortable to host it on our own. So that's another idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I have a question, Morgan.
Yeah, Jen.
Okay, so I have been coaching for a while, and I thought I'd just throw myself into this new coach training as a refresher.
Yeah.
So inviting is so crucial. I know it's one of the behaviors. Do you use a certain script to invite? I'm finding that I'm having a really hard time accomplishing the inviting process into my challenge groups, as well as I am friend requesting people, like 3 to 4 people a day, but I'm running out of people to invite. Mm-hmm. What should I do?
Awesome question. Super common. I am with you. That is exactly how I felt. So a few things that I personally do, I'll share with you. So there's no technically right answer, but I'll definitely share what I do with you. So I struggle to, I don't like it. I don't like cold inviting people, if that's what you can say. So what I like to do is make it as welcoming as possible. So some things that I like to do are, so I friend request people and I go get involved in their page a bit before I even message them. So I check out their page, I like some of their stuff, I comment on some of their stuff. So when I do go to maybe start a personal conversation with them, it's not weird. They've seen me liking their stuff, they've seen me involved. It's a lot, it's really casual to start up a conversation with them. Another thing I do is join groups. I kind of brainstorm maybe 10, 20 things that I'm interested in, and I'll search in Facebook and find groups of that stuff, and I'll join them. And that way I know all the women in there, they're kind of interested in the same thing I am. So why not friend request them, right? so that way it's a lot easier. I'm like, okay, yeah, we definitely have something in common if we're in the same group together. And then when it comes down to actually physically inviting them, like I said, it's not as weird because you're already sort of involved with them. And I keep it really, really casual. I'll kind of sit, like I've got some script examples if you want to take a peek online, but I keep it super simple. Like, hey girl, I've really enjoyed following your posts about blah, blah, blah. I know we're in this group together and I do this. And you could kind of give a blurb about the challenge group. Just wonder if you're interested. Like the more casual you keep it, the better. And like I said, really getting involved in their page a bit more helps me for sure. And I keep a list of like names that I'm kind of on my piece of paper. But I will tell you this, I'm not the strongest inviter. I'm going to just be flat out about it. But when I signed up, I heard Melanie Mitro say this, and it stuck with me ever since, because she doesn't like inviting either. She said, if I don't like inviting, I'm going to do the best darn job I can to attract people to me. So that's kind of how I see it too. I'm like, okay, if I don't really like inviting, I'm still going to do it. But if I don't like it that much, I'm going to do everything in my power to attract people to me, to make them feel welcome, that they can message me, they can contact me, all that stuff. So that's another tip that I use personally too, because I'm pretty like introverted and shy. So I just kind of attract as much as I can too. I hope that kind of helped.
That helped me so much. Thank you so much, Morgan.
You're welcome.
Hey, Morgan.
Hey, Susan.
Hey, I have a question. I have 2 potential challengers that don't want to order challenge packs until they get paid at the end of the week. Yep. Would they still be able to participate in the challenge that's pre-starting on Monday? I know they wouldn't get their packs toward the end of pre-start week. Right. Or should I see if they'd want to join the March challenge?
So I would kind of look at this happens all the time. I'm with you. So I usually look at my calendar, and if they're in the US, it ships really fast, only probably like 3, 4, or 5 days. In Canada, it's about 10 days. So I first look at where they live. And then after that, I kind of let them know exactly what you asked me, Susan. I kind of say, okay, so your challenge pack will be a bit late. If that's okay with you, we can still do this challenge group, like still participate, just start your workout program as soon as you get it. Or if you prefer, I can put you in the next group, because they can still do the challenge group and participate in the posts. Oh, sorry, I was reading Sarah's comment. I lost my train of thought. Either or, I would open up and, like I said, time it out and see about when it would come based on where they live, and then ask them. That's what I usually do. I say, hey, you'll get your package, probably not till like the beginning of week 1. So it'll be a little late, but that's okay. You can just start it when you get it. Do you still want to be in this group, or do you want to be in the next group? And I'll just kind of go with whatever they say. But they don't have to start their workout program the day the challenge group starts. I mean, it's ideal, but let's get real. It doesn't really matter, right? They can kind of start it whenever they want.
Okay, thank you.
And what Sarah actually just mentioned, which has been phenomenal, is Beachbody On Demand. So with the challenge pack, they automatically get enrolled into Beachbody On Demand free trial. So within 24 hours, they can actually access their program online, right? So they could even do that to start off with before their DVDs come.
Okay.
I always forget about that now, but it's awesome. That's what I use 99% of the time now. So they can use that too. What else, ladies? Any other questions? You're taking it easy on me. Last month's call was nailing me with questions.
Hi, Morgan. I've got a question.
Okay. Hey, Christy.
So I just signed up as a coach a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. So I've been going through most of the coach training, kind of taking my time going through all the information. But the people that I have started asking, about joining and things like that, I've been speaking to close friends and family to start with, just because I find that the easiest and more comfortable to start out with. But dealing with the objection, I find a lot of things about the price, like, oh, Shakeology is a big, commitment. It's a lot of money every month. Or, even the challenge packs is like, them spending a couple $100 or what it might be with shipping. So what have you found is the best way to, just commit to them? Like I've been using, it might sound like a lot, but $4 for my breakfast on Shakeology is a lot cheaper than me going to Timmy's every morning now. So like things like that and trying to relate that way. But you got any other suggestions about money objections, I guess?
That's an awesome question. And pretty much everybody's going to get that objection. So there isn't, like, I do have some scripts on the online training if you do want some actual script examples, but I'll share this with you. The more, this is what I found. At the start, I had some money objections. The more I shared what I was doing, the less objections I got, because people saw me and they're like, okay, she's sticking with this. She's getting results. She's feeling amazing. Well, shit, that must be worth the $140 for a 21-day fixed challenge pack then, right? So the more you share, I guarantee the less objections you're going to get, because the only reason people object is because they're like, okay, is that worth my money? Like, am I actually going to like it? Am I actually going to get results? Is it actually going to make me feel good? So the more you, like for me, even seeing Shakeology for the first time, I was like, I got my protein shakes for $20 from Walmart. I'm fine, right? That's not worth it. And then I was like, okay, I'll just try it for a month. I'm going to cancel it after a month. And I literally said that to myself. And then I tried it. I'm like, oh my gosh, like it honestly saved me in terms of illness. I'm like, this is totally unexpected, everything. Like I would pay $1,000 a month for this. So it's really just helping people understand the value. And the best way you can do that is through sharing. And that takes time, obviously. I'm gonna, like you said, you're a new coach, so that is gonna take time. So I've got some scripts you can use on there. And always remember, if they're not ready at this time, I always say, that's okay. Like, it's no big deal. Do you want me to contact you when I'm having another group to see if that's a better time for you? And maybe they just need a little more time to watch you and believe in the product. And I kind of, sometimes if I'm getting some objections, I'll make a post about it. I'll be like, hey, I've been talking to some ladies that think, maybe joining my challenge group is a bit expensive, but when you break it down, you're getting a full fitness program. You're getting portion control containers, Shakeology water bottle, full nutrition plan, recipes, a coach, a support group, free on demand. For example, let's say the 21-day fix on sale this month for $140 US. My sisters pay $180 Canadian for 1 month at their CrossFit gym for no nutrition, for no nothing. So when you break it down, it's like, dang, that is a good deal. But it is a mindset that I think you'll experience less of it as you share more, for sure. Did that sort of help?
Thank you.
I kind of went off on a tangent there. I hope that sort of helped.
No, that's good. There's just, like you said, I think the more I get doing it, the better the easier it's going to be. So
yeah.
Good. Thanks.
You're welcome. Any other questions, ladies? Men on here, if there is too. I don't know who's on the phone. Okay, awesome. Well, I'll drop it there. If you have questions, you know where to find us, obviously. And I am recording this, and I'll post a recording tomorrow. I upload it overnight on YouTube because it takes a little while. So if you want to rewatch this. But basically, I'll just wrap it up like this, because I literally still remember the first day I signed up to be a coach. I was going to order Body Beast because I was a brand new teacher. School was about to start. I'm like, I ain't got no time for the gym. Because I used to do Beachbody workouts in like high school when my sister ordered them. And then I was a gym rat for all of university. And then when I was going to start teaching, I'm like, no, I need to work out at home. It's quicker. So I went to order Body Beast. And for me, I actually came across, so I ordered Body Beast. I came across the coaching tab. I signed up to be a coach after Steven convinced me, and then I ordered Shakeology. So literally I paid like full price for everything when I signed up, a program, the sign up fee, and then Shakeology. So I paid it the maximum amount you can. So that's why I always tell people to get challenge packs when they sign up now. And then I had never been in a challenge group. I didn't even know what coaching was, nothing. And I dove in. I said, okay, I'm going to do this for a year. I'm going to see where it takes me. I'm just going to do what they tell me to do. And that's what I did every single day. Like I've never missed a day of my power hour, and it's just paid off. And there's definitely been tons of ups and tons of downs. I've screwed up a ton. And that's kind of what's got me to where I am. So just remember, there's no worst case scenario really in this business. The worst thing that can happen is you join a group of supportive women and you get in amazing shape. Like there's no, you can't fail really. The only way you fail is if you quit. So just don't be scared to try things. Don't be scared to make a contact list tonight and contact people about your next challenge group. Don't be scared to post your before photos and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to be honest with you. Like I'm sick of feeling the way I am, and this is what I'm doing, and I'm here to inspire other people. And the amount of support you'll see is amazing. Don't be scared to fail. Just get out there, dive into the information, start posting tonight. Post that you were on this call even, okay? That you're on this new coach training call and you're excited to get started. And just don't be scared to make mistakes, because they're not really mistakes. You learn, you do it, you learn, you do it better the next time, right? So that's what this is all about. It's fun. It's a challenge. It's something new. And from my experience, saying to myself, I'll give it a year, that has literally transformed my life 100%. As you know, I don't teach anymore. So this is my full-time job now, which is pretty crazy. I didn't plan it to end up like that, but it ended up like that. So the sky's the limit. So if you have any questions, post them in the group, message me, message your sponsor coach if I'm not your sponsor coach, and we'll get going. The beginning of the year is the best time to be a coach, as a heads up. So you're all in a good group. All right. You ladies have an awesome, awesome night, and we'll chat soon. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. We'll see you later.